and welcome to Eduply. This is the session on collaboration. And our kids need to collaborate more than ever in today's world, especially as we now live in this global village. Collaboration comes in many ways, shapes and forms, whether it's online or whether it's face to face. We're also collaborating via text. We're doing collaboration in ways we didn't even think was possible, maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. Teaching our students how to collaborate effectively and seamlessly is like giving them a superpower to success. With the superpower of collaboration, the students feel totally comfortable having their own personal opinions. They're also learning during this collaboration in small groups, large groups, that it's really important to listen to other people. That's part of the superpower. There are three key elements to teaching collaboration well. That's cooperation, compromise, and empathy. When the kids have those three skills together and they understand explicitly what they are, they will implement them, they will use them. So let's look at the teaching strategies that help us implement those key skills. So if we first look at cooperation and what that might look like, explaining to the kids and practicing that it's an equitable distribution of contributions, that will be really helpful. What does that look like in a classroom? That looks like everybody getting 15 seconds to say their part. That means everybody gets 15 seconds to think about a question. The idea there is to simply practice taking turns. So cooperation gets naturally built in. As the students listen to each other, they'll start to understand the importance of everybody having their say. They'll see the value, or rather not, maybe sometimes, of other people's opinions. But either way, they're learning to hear them, digest them, and then articulate their response as part of their cooperation strategy. In effective teamwork, each member relies on each other to be an active participant and take an equal share. So explicitly explaining this to the kids and giving them examples of what that might look like is really, really helpful, because often we divide tasks, but we don't talk about what that might look like. In a good team, members communicate effectively and contribute equally. That way, they bring skill sets that they all know they're strong at to one collective engagement. Teamwork and collaboration brings togetherness. Teamwork and collaboration brings strength. Teamwork and collaboration moves everybody forward. And our kids need that skill to keep them going in this 21st century world. So how do we as teachers practice and model these collaborative behaviors? The first one, actually there's three that we're going to focus on, but the first one is collaborative group work. What we want to do is provide students with a problem or a scenario that they can all connect with in some way. It might be a current event, it might be a topic that they're all talking about, but something that everybody has an opinion on. When we divide them into their small groups, make sure they have very defined roles, and it can keep it really simple. Make sure that everybody has time to listen, everybody has time to talk, and everybody has time to reflect. So as the kids are tasked with this active discussion and active listening, they really start to see the multiple perspectives develop. And what they'll learn to do over time is bring the best of those multiple perspectives to the table as part of a solution. And that's what we want in the real world. So the next activity is really simple. Take a sample of whatever you're teaching and give it to them as a whole class. Then divide them into subgroups and let each subgroup become an expert within that particular subject under a specific subheading. And then once they've had time to do that, bring them all back to share the learning. Now that seems like something we do consistently, but do we do it consistently and explicitly? And telling the kids that we're taking a big idea, we're dividing it so they become experts, and then we're bringing it back so they can share the wealth of their expertise. That brings such a new idea, and they're like, oh, we have something to contribute. That way they can see that that process works in the real world. That's what we do, and that's how the world keeps moving forward, with those different perspectives, that different understanding, and bringing it back to the collaborative group. One of the other ways to get the kids to collaborate is around art. As you give them a small art project, and remember, you don't have to be an art teacher. This is not about an art lesson necessarily. This is about them encouraging the kids to work collaboratively. So allow them to talk about what part they would prefer to do and their reasoning why, and then to listen to their friends to see which parts they would like to contribute. But ultimately, everybody should have a little role that they feel comfortable with, or they're challenged to feel comfortable with, to make sure that they're getting a real sense of authentic collaboration. Ultimately, the completed piece of art will be a true combination, collaboration of all their ideas and thoughts together. And that is worth celebrating. Collaboration happens every minute of every day. But during this month, there's going to be explicit instruction around it. And in that way, your kids will see that there's a great sense of fostering the collective effort. There's a great sense of compromise, and there's a great sense of cooperation. And as we bring this collective unity together, the kids will start to see how enriched every project, every process, and every conversation can be when there's collective collaboration.